And welcome back to Your View with me on Koputse JJ Tabane. Thank you very much, Carmen, for holding the fort last night. And it's good to be back. 29.1% of unemployment. Hey? It's rising, it's not going down. And I'm told you can't round off the thing because it really sounds like 30% to me. But of course, as you have already been told, this is a conservative estimation of the trouble that we are in. And I know it sounds repetitive to say this, but it's a reflection of the kind of economic meltdown that we are facing, but also the lack of leadership. The economic leadership is very poor, man, in this country, very poor. And as I was saying, and then you've got two cabinet ministers who are in a love triangle with a 20-something-year-old. We put our baberekani. That's why this economy will never take off, because we are busy with nonsense. We're supposed to be knuckling down to find solutions for this economy. People are starving, people are sleeping under bridges, people are going to work hungry. It's a shame. And South Africa, at the bottom, we must be at the bottom of the scale when it comes to ethical conversations and just ethics in general terms. We have lost the battle. That's why there's no outrage. Do you hear any outrage about these ministers and what they are busy with? There's no outrage. There's no outrage at all. I mean, I'll be talking to the editor on Sunday, will tell me front page story about a love triangle between ministers. And then, of course, the big scandal is that a minister, Gwede Mantashe, right, a chairperson of the ANC, bribing journalists, and believe me, we have absolutely no reason to disbelieve Makud. He talked to him himself. Half as of Gwede, no, I may have said it, but I may not have done it. That's rubbish. You remember, just on the second week that we were here, just before the elections, there are a couple of people who I had put in the dustbin. Let's take a look. Gwede Mantashe, the people of Kobeni there, he's speaking for the mining companies instead of the people. They had to go to a constitutional court, probably with great cost. Yet you call yourself a revolutionary, you call yourself a representative. We are happy to see the back of you, man. Yeah, Gwede Mantashe, straight into the dustbin. That's where he belongs. I'm not apologetic at all for having not wanted to see him. That clip there was just before the president was to announce his cabinet. And I said that these are some of the people that will be happy to see the back of. And Gwede Mantashe, I'm just exhausted with Gwede Mantashe. When you meet him, he's a very jolly guy, he's a man about town, nothing really worries him, ever worries him, But he's a bloody liar. And in South Africa, part of the problem we have in South Africa is decoration. We like decorating wrong things. Right? And our memories are so short, man. I'm sure it's less than 18 or 19 months ago. Gwede Mantashe told the country with a straight face that Jacob Zuma did not consult him when he fired Pravin Gordhan and made that horrific and Gupta-inspired cabinet reshuffle. Arwela straight, come out, no, Zuma did not consult us, now we're all surprised and so on. It didn't take a day. He was already Mantashe. Say, no, it's actually not the case. As an ANC top 6, we're always consulting and what have you. And instead of saying this guy is telling a blue lie, we say, hey, he's Mantashe. Remove a medal. We give him a medal. Immediately we introduce a new word in the South African lexicon. Mantashe. Right, describe Mantashe. To lie with a straight face to the nation. That's how it's going to be in the dictionary. When a politician lies with a straight face, we call it Mantashe. Try kabis. Gwede Mantashe, and he strikes again, lying through his teeth, bribing a journalist. And then you've got the ANC spokesperson come here. No. It's a personal matter. Aituma kamu. Aituma mu. Nanzi mo pule mabe. Aituma kasandem. no, it's a personal matter. I'm sure that the comrades will be able, to explain themselves and what have you. It didn't take 24 hours. Pule Mabi said, we're glad that the minister has now denied that this is not the case. He can't be involved in such criminal things. He didn't say that on Sunday. Suddenly it's no longer a personal matter. Again, if it's a personal matter, whether you agree with him or you don't comment on it. Yes, that's not how it works in the ANC. Mantashe, lying with a straight face in the face of the public. It's bad. It's bad when a chairperson of a liberation movement that prides itself with constitutional values, that prides itself with people who have formed this party in a church in 1912, have a chairperson who lies with a straight face. And centrally ignore, no, chairperson, you got to defer to these people, you cannot say a minister is a liar. He's a bloody liar who bribes journalists. I suppose we shouldn't be surprised because paying your way out of situations has become a culture in South Africa. We had that Dudusi Manana who paid 100,000. I don't know, we'll just give you 100. Will you work like 100 rand? Can I just give you 100 to keep quiet? He beats up somebody. He goes outside the police station to bribe a person, and that person is not arrested. As we speak now, he's not arrested. You think something is going to happen to Gwede? You must have your head examined. Nothing is going to happen to him because he is cut from the same cloth as those who are supposed to discipline him. I'm sorry, we are at the bottom of the rank with ethics in this country. We are finished. It's bad. It's a culture. The other day, I spoke a little bit about Leboha Maile, who I don't have time for. I think he's incompetent. I think he's arrogant and rude. I think he's just basically an embarrassment to the ANC. His brother, Mike Maile, sends me a message on my phone. Yeah, who's paying you to run a campaign against me and my brother? What? I'm not running a campaign about you and your brother, man. But I will speak about anybody I so wish. If those people I believe are corrupt. Right? No, but who's paying you to run a campaign against you? Because, and one of my bosses, when I was told him this, because, I think that is harassment, and my lawyers have to look into this harassment, consent harassment of people who watch the show so much, they have to text me to tell me to keep quiet, which I won't do. The only time I'll be quiet is when I'm dead. You could fire me here, I'll go to Facebook, you can do whatever you want to do. I will not keep quiet when I see rotten things. That you can forget. Hey, but no, a friend of mine over the weekend visited me and said, hey, I was with a friend of mine who's a minister and another one who's a deputy minister. They're saying, who pays this guy, man? Why is he able to criticize everybody? Who pays him? Yeah, how? Who pays him? So in the same sentence, they say he criticizes everybody, but who pays him? So I suppose maybe many people pay me. Well, let me explain. I'm paid by Newsroom Africa, and they pay me very well. So if you think you can pay me to say something about you or not to say something, you got to have your head examined. Because it's a culture. So one of my bosses says to me, no, they are projecting. So they know what they are doing. So they assume that everyone who speaks out or who must be paid to do it. So every view is a sponsored view. Must be sponsored by somebody. There's no way nobody's paying it. It's an utter shameful day for our liberation movement tonight. When a chairperson of our movement defied everything that people died for, everything that Oliver Tambo, the one they were jumping and celebrating on Sunday here, was standing for. It was an utter shame that on the day we're supposed to celebrate Oliver Tambo and what he stood for, we have a front page, story, a tabloid front page story that suggests that Oliver Tambo must be turning in his grave. If he is a chairperson of the ANC like Gwede Mantashe, he must be turning in his grave. There's no other way I can imagine it. Speech that they wait. Because the speeches they say about the leadership of Oliver Tambo have got nothing to do with the leadership now. It's got nothing to do with what Oliver Tambo lived for. Nothing. But small speech that they now. Hey, they're going. I'm sure. Bila anga uto Oliver Tambo. Gasa wole sore. Skete leta mo libitel la as a belief. Le aninyanyisa. Do not come to my grave. I wish there could be a possibility that our ancestors could tell us. You know, if you go to theater, there is a theoretical production called Rosa Albert. And people don't understand what it is. Why terrible like a taxi driver? Like Albert Lutuli. It says, we wish we could go to the graves of our ancestors and wake them up to say, Rosa Albert Lutuli, Rosa Tambo, and see what you have left us with. See the shame that has been with your successors. Wake up and see the shame of the organization that you left behind, that you led, that you died for. Albert, look, that's what it means. Rosa Albert. But they want to wake up. But things are so bad that you want to wake up our ancestors to come and see for themselves what shame they have left us with. People who are, so, you know, it's one thing to do something wrong. All of us, none of us are perfect. It's one thing to make a mistake. It's another to err like we are all human. It's a completely different matter when you are brazen about it. You are so brazen because you know there's no consequence. You are so brazen, so arrogant about it. I know, I bribed 2 journalists, but you also want to be bribed? No, I'm tired. I cannot pay more. Gwede Mantashe, and no shame. And it's not new, it's not unique. You think it's an exception, you are wrong. It's a tendency, it's a trend. It's things they do, and this, what we see now, it's only what has come to light. What has not come to light will shock you to your core. We've got to go to the graves and say, Woza Albert Lutuli, to see what you have left behind. It's bad. It's bad. It's very bad. Anyway, at the bottom of this hour, we talk to the Businesswomen Association South Africa. The Nola Matsaba is my guest, who's going to talk to me about what they talked to the president about. And then, of course, at the top of the next hour, the editor of the Sunday World, Makudi Sefara, comes to make me understand what on earth is going on. He is dead, Gwede Mantashe, to sue the paper if he wants to deny further, to tell more lies. He must go and sue the paper for saying to him, repeating back to him what he said to them, that he bribed journalists. And those journalists must also hang in shame, by the way, if indeed they were bribed by a senior politician to keep quiet and hush a story so embarrassing to the movement. All right, let's take a break. After the break, we talk about what the women were talking to the president about throughout this day. Let's take a break now.